Torah Life Ministries come out of the world. Messiah people seek the truth.
All right, everybody, here we are with Torah Life Ministries. We have my good friend Baruch. Baruch, say hello to Torah Life Ministries.
Shalom, Torah Life Ministries.
Now, I met Baruch a long time ago, and Baruch, when I met him, he had a long beard, or he had a beard. I saw pictures of him. Baruch, tell us a little about the beard. You still have a beard, but it's not as long. Do you see a significance to having a beard?
Yeah, you're right, Paul. I had a beard like yours, and I had a black hat. And obviously to distinguish between male and female, Yahweh gave us men hair on our face. And yes, I know that you teach a lot about modesty and the shafel, the concept of humility, and really that's what part of our outward created being is supposed to portray as humility, and the opposite of being high and haughty and proud. So I'm with you on that. That's a very important Torah principle.
Do you know of any known health benefits to having a beard?
Well, other than scraping my face with a sharp piece of steel every morning, I think that's a great health benefit, not to bleed, no. That I've heard scientifically, I don't know if this is true, but I've heard that scientifically that there's an ionic element of hair that actually creates a healthier temple, a healthier body. Is it true? I don't know.
Well, on the whole topic of modesty, Baruch, you've been around, you know the scriptures pretty well. Do you think society today has gotten away from the standards of the scriptures according to modesty?
The fact is, we all know we're living in Babylon. As it was in the days of Sodom and Gomorrah, so shall it be when the Son of Man returns. And that's the days we're living in. And we as a mishpocha, as a family, as a body, have to recognize that we are a peculiar people. And we do not learn the ways of the heathen and the pagans, even though in our community sometimes. I know it's tough. I know that when when the Ruach speaks to you personally and says, cover your arms, for the women to wear head coverings, for the men to wear beards, even to wear tzitzit. I know that you're going to come against those who will be offended and challenged by you living a modest life. To follow Mashiach means that we're going to suffer in these things. But the upside to that is there's not a bit of doubt that when we employ these halakhic, messianic principles in our lives, that we have a clearer relationship of hearing the Father. We have a more devachut, a more of a cleaving relationship with the Father and with the Ruach HaKodesh. So these are not external things. You might say wearing a beard is external things or tzitzit. No, they're not. They're part of our heart. They're part of the internal design of our spirituality. And so taste and see always says, taste and see that I'm good. If the Ruach is saying to you, as a woman to wear a head covering, sure, maybe not. You're not going to wear it every day, 24/7. But taste and see that He is good, and assert yourself as a woman in modest, dress, as a head covering, modest dress, and as a man, and to distinguish, to define yourself as Yeshua's child, as the remnant of His people who are restoring Torah, and the restoration of Torah are these kind of principles.
What would your advice be to young men and women today that struggle with going against society's ways and dressing more modestly?
Get radical for Mashiach. Your life will be empowered spiritually. Your discernment of the Ruach, your discernment of prophetic times. Get radical. Yeshua was radical. He came to this world and He opposed the traditions of men in the religious and governmental systems of this world because He has a better way. He offered us life and life abundantly. So there's thousands of youth around the world who are getting radical in Yeshua and love of Torah, and without labels. Let's try to lessen the labels of Messianic Jewish or Ephraimite or two-house or Christian, and let's look at Mashiach as our rabbi, as the King of Kings, and let's consider as a young person cleaving to Him and hearing His voice and modeling our lives after how He lived, right? And it's, I was raised in the Torah observant faith, and for me it was kind of my family inbred these principles. I walked away for a few years when I was in university, but your authority as an individual, your leadership skills. You know, when they walked with Yeshua, when his disciples walked with him, they walked in authority because he had authority. And so as a young person, as a youth coming into the Torah movement, maybe some of the elders don't get it. Be patient with them. Maybe some of the leaders that you know don't get some of the modesty things, don't get some of the Torah application principles. Be patient with them. You might have the Ruach speaking to you that they don't hear. Be patient with each other, you know, and let his word be in you with temperance and wisdom and with kindness, with gentleness, and you will prosper in the things of the kingdom. In your business, in your career, in your relationships. I guarantee you, Yahweh's word will not return void, but it will accomplish the thing he set it forth to do. And Paul, I really appreciate your ministry in bringing these things out, because these are part of what gives that peculiar hearing of Yahweh's Spirit in our lives. So, Baruch Hashem Yahweh.
Great. Baruch, you have a lot of information. You have a lot of websites. Give everybody how they can contact you if they have questions or if they just want to see some more of your information. Do you have a website?
Yeah, I've got about over 100 of them right now that I write on and I support. And Mashiach.com, Mashiyac, just like it is in the Strong's Concordance, is one of the main ones I write on. But also I'd encourage you to check out onefaithonepeople.com. Andrew Gabriel Roth is doing Torah portions every week, and there's a community there that's growing and learning about the faith once delivered. Onefaithonepeople.com.
Great. Thank you very much for joining us on Torah Life Ministries.
Thanks, Paul. Blessing to be with you. Shalom.
Seek the truth, avoid the evil, learn Yahweh's way.